resistance is a cauldron of pressure, and that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, a team ready to put on a show. Taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Alabama's offense will start this game off with the football. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. The sure hands, it's Cobb. That one can really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
That had to be a coverage bust because there's no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. That's it, fly. A strike downfield. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
That's a real good-looking throw, and I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks, and they've also had a lot of different guys calling plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been, and the big reason is because of the efficient play they've had consistently year in, year out at the quarterback position as well. They recruited extremely well. They coach these guys up. And this is a guy who loves football, loves the X's and O's, and you're seeing it translate onto the field right now.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Coaches always tell their quarterbacks, you can't go broke taking a profit. You can't always hit posts and bombs deep down the field. If the coverage takes away throws downfield, just take what's underneath and let your receiver advance the football.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football. They're on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get checked.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game, opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
Looking downfield on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Great place to start for this offense. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. They're backed up 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Power football with the run. Strong run and useful. Picks up 4 out to the 9. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Looking to fire. It's complete to the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Might be calling a hot route. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And here comes the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. Running back searching for a hole. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. It's a big stride inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's 1st and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Pressure coming. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. 3rd and goal where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. Looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Cobb. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. He'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Absolutely perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets a block. He's got an alley. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Any time he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and then guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Can't do it much better than that. Get the kickoff return, take it 98 to the house, and put a touchdown on the board. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the tight end. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Pierce. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Motion from the wideout. Hand off from the shotgun. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Pulls it in. It's Cobb. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Big third down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. From the gun. Wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but they're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
That's caught. It's Ware. No chance to run, but still a good game.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
To the ground to try to move the chains. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Here's the handoff. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Right back to the well. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds his tight end. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And after putting an earlier field goal up, they'll try it again, this time a 45-yarder. Oh, he missed it. No good. And guys, still down by 4, still needing a touchdown to take the lead. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. From the gun, to give, looking for room. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Back to pass. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And that's a really good play by this quarterback. I mean, you usually keep inside leverage. You don't want to give up anything easy over the middle. Nice job playing the out route, getting his hand on the football, and making the deflection.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. They bring the punter onto the field now. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here comes that Alabama offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
They go to the ground. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Motion from the back. They'll run play action. He finds a soft spot in the middle. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. To the air on 1st down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Short gain on the play before he slides. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this 3rd down. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Dumps it off in the flats. And this one will be stopped for no gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. Catch in the middle, it's Sanders. There he goes. Smashes ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. to throw on first down. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He'll try to take it back. The tag. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands, guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Right on the money. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. That last completion sets him up on second down. Got it in the middle at Sanders. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Finds his target down the middle. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Fast completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. The gift to the back. Spins away from the defense. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Might as well stick with him. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first two plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
Third down. Red zone play. Crowd alive. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be first and goal from the 8. This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll take it in for a touchdown.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution in the drive by that offense.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The hurry up now. Second down. Clock ticking. Back to pass. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Tide with the 1st and 10. The give on the inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Working that left side now. Jumped on top of the pile. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got his man. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man downfield. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. On 1st and 10 from the 38. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Looking to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
I love the awareness by the DB. Great job, man. It's in your own end zone. You see the ball, you break on it. I'm not trying to catch that thing. I'm trying to swat it.
He'll take a shot. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. It's now a 1-point game, 14-13. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a great one today from there in Tuscaloosa. And these two defenses have shown uncommon discipline through 2 quarters, especially the D-backs. They've kept to their assignments, covering those receivers like cheap suits. Certainly not the fashionable wardrobe OKC wears here in studio. Anyway, yes, the passing game. Be better. How's that for a breakdown? And with that, let's send it back to the guys in T-Town.
Start the 2nd half. Alabama will kick it off. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This crowd still bringing the intensity to open the 2nd half. Quarterback may change this route. The play fake on 1st down to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
Quickly complete. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
From the gun, running back gets to give.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. They'll try to run for it. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Running game got it done on the last play. Now it's first down. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Trying to convert this second and short. He's got his man, makes the grab. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. First and goal for the offense. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go to the air. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. He bullies his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. Bringing it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Lowers those pads. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. Leaves it with the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out.
He lobs one high down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away.
Number 18 in punt formation to kick it away.
He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Leaves it with the back. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. Got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They'll go to the air on third and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Off play action. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll try the run. He's brought down at the 44-yard line, and the defense making a play on third down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Try to get it to the edge. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. A hand to the running back. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Might be changing the route. After run, now throw. Working that left side. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Ware. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stand to the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Turning it on! And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Holds and fires complete to the right. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. He caught it! Into the end zone for a touchdown. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. James Madison handled its business today, and given what the week was like in Harrisonburg, that is saying something. This is a focused group, and it's reflected in that final score. All that speculation all week, and now we know But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Back to pass on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Good timing on the quick out. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Here's the pressure. Got him downfield. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. He wants to throw it again. Finds his man down the middle. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. Leaves it with the back. Runs through a tackle. Puts him in the spin cycle. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Alabama pushing the tempo. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And this one falls incomplete, but I think the defense was in the neutral zone. It was a free play.
Offside, defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. And he's got it. Touchdown Tide.
Well, he's a matchup nightmare because of his size and his speed. It's so difficult for defenses to defend this guy. Nice job there working the post route. Really accurate throw. And it ends up being a touchdown.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And now this offense will take the field again. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake will get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in.
Breaks into the open. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the 1st down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
QB draw. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. The defense calls a timeout there, 2nd of the day, as they try to get their act together. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the tight end. At the 45, on his way. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute. I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Gets it past the marker. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. You already have the lead. Scoring is always good, but milk the clock and it will be your friend. Beck's going for the goal line. And he crosses the goal line for the late touchdown, and that one just might finish this baby off.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. Bringing the heat. Going to try to get it himself. They make the stop and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one.